God's most beautiful masterpiece, the earth and all its natural beauty, was given to humans to look after. As stated in Genesis 1:28, God blessed them and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. God calls upon mankind to make decisions that will impact the environment positively. Now, in the new age of technology, the earth is being destroyed. In the United States alone, over 400 species of animals are considered endangered, and over 100 more are threatened. Three animals in particular, the shark, the wolf, and the polar bear, represent how different species struggle against the threat of humanity. The Earth's atmosphere is like a blanket that covers the Earth. Carbon dioxide is produced by burning fossil fuels and then becomes trapped in the atmosphere. Electricity, transportation, and heat all depend on burning fossil fuels. 22 billion tons of carbon dioxide are released into the atmosphere daily. The gas stays there for hundreds of years, causing the temperature of the Earth to rise. Global warming has a direct impact on the environment of polar bears, which have been on the endangered species list since May 2008. Their icy habitat, called the Arctic tundra, is so bare and empty that polar bears must swim for miles to hunt for food. A 1,430-pound polar bear is capable of swimming at a speed of 6 miles per hour through the freezing Arctic waters. The animals rest on ice floats, but because of global warming, these chunks of ice are melting. Now, the polar bears must swim greater distances to reach land, and many of them drown. It is difficult for polar bears to find seals to prey on as well. Without the fat from the seals, the polar bears do not have the blubber they need to keep warm in the chilly waters, or the energy they need to keep swimming. This situation is the most dangerous for polar bear cubs. They are not strong enough to swim long distances without the proper nourishment, and they drown the most often. The World Wildlife Fund has been working with Canada and Greenland to preserve the last ice area. Scientists think that this zone will be the last area to melt, so they are trying to save it for the polar bears. The Coca-Cola Company has also been working with the WWF since 2007 to raise awareness about polar bears. To help these majestic creatures, you can donate to the World Wildlife Fund through their website and write to your Congress members encouraging them to support conservation bills and funding.
For thousands of years, wolves have lived peacefully in the thick forests of the United States. They are essential parts of the ecosystem, carrying out the survival of the fittest theory. They do so by eating sick, weak, and dead moose, deer, caribou, beavers, and rabbits. The meat they leave behind becomes the food of scavengers. Also, the wolves prevent overgrazing and erosion by controlling overpopulation. However, within the last 2 centuries, humans have threatened their existence. As humans expand cities and farmland into the forests, wolves' habitats are destroyed and their hunting areas are decreased. The wolves are forced to hunt in farmlands, which cause farmers to kill these threatening creatures. In turn, wolves are feared by humans who view them as killing machines. In the 1800s, this fear caused a nationwide hunt for wolves encouraged by the government. As a result, gray wolves were put on the Endangered Species Act in 1973. Attempts at restoring the wolf population were commenced, leading to the Wyoming gray wolf being removed as an endangered species. The progress towards bringing back the wolf population has begun, but we need to make efforts in order to restore the population completely. To help, we need to stay informed. Simple donations to preservation organizations such as the World Wildlife Federation or Defenders of Wildlife and symbolic adoptions can greatly aid the wolves. We need to encourage the end of trapping, hunting, and exterminating of wolves by farmers in America and around the world. Just like us, wolves are God's creatures that we must take care of.
Sharks have been around for hundreds of millions of years. They have been around since dinosaurs. However, today, due to the increase in hunting of sharks, they are in danger of going extinct. Sharks are hunted out of fear and demand for their meat, and millions are dying each year. In 1975, the movie Jaws came out. Before this movie, sharks were mysterious creatures that were not very talked about. Jaws, however, put sharks in the spotlight and portrayed them as man-eating creatures, when in reality, they hardly attack humans. Many innocent sharks were hunted and killed as a result of the movie Jaws. Not only are sharks hunted because they are feared, but they are also hunted because shark fin soup is a delicacy in many countries. To make shark fin soup, fishermen slaughter the sharks, cut off their fins, and then throw the dead body back into the ocean. Shark fin is very expensive, therefore it is very profitable fish for fishermen to hunt. The practice of shark finning has taken a huge toll on the shark population. Both the fear of sharks and shark finning has resulted in the hunting of millions of sharks. The population of many shark species has declined 50%, and some have even declined up to 90%. It is important to raise awareness that sharks are not the man-eating creatures that they are made out to be. By doing this, we can help save the lives of many helpless sharks.
As the chosen caretakers of the earth, it is our duty to protect these animals. We cannot be bystanders and watch our own civilization destroy nature. Nature belongs to all the animals, the humans, the polar bears, the sharks, and the wolves. Won't you stand up, stand up, stand up? Won't you stand up, you girls and boys? Won't you stand